Protect what matters most. That's Paul's charge to Timothy in 1 Timothy chapter 1. In this chapter, Paul begins his letter to Timothy with urgency and affection. As Timothy leads the church in Ephesus, Paul's first concern is doctrinal purity. False teachers are distorting the gospel with myths, speculations, and legalism. Paul's message is clear. The gospel must be guarded, and ministry must flow from love, not pride or confusion. This chapter sets the tone for the entire letter, calling leaders to truth, humility, and grace. 1 Timothy chapter 1, verses 1 through 7. Paul urges Timothy to stay in Ephesus and silence those who teach a distorted message. These individuals are obsessed with myths and endless genealogies, which only stir up controversy. True teaching leads to love from a pure heart and a good conscience and sincere faith. Paul warns that some have wandered from this path, turning aside to meaningless talk while claiming to be experts in the law. 1 Timothy chapter 1, verses 8 through 11. Paul affirms that the law is good when used properly. It's not meant for the righteous, but for the lawless, rebellious, and ungodly. He lists behaviors that violate God's moral order, showing that the law exposes sin. But the gospel, entrusted to Paul, is about grace and transformation. It's glorious, and it must be handled with reverence and clarity. 1 Timothy chapter 1, verses 12 through 17. Paul shares his personal story. Once a blasphemer and persecutor, he received mercy because he acted in ignorance. God's grace overflowed, and Paul became a living example of Christ's patience. His transformation is proof that no one is beyond redemption. He breaks into praise, declaring Jesus as King eternal, immortal, invisible, the only God, worthy of honor forever. 1 Timothy chapter 1, verses 18 through 20. Paul closes this chapter with a charge to Timothy. Wage spiritual warfare with faith and a clear conscience. Some, like Hymenaeus and Alexander, have rejected these and suffered spiritual shipwreck. Paul has handed them over to discipline, not out of vengeance, but so that they may learn not to blaspheme. This message is sobering. Leaders must guard their hearts and stay anchored in truth. Hey, thank you for listening. Consider liking and following. I upload a chapter summary of the New Testament each weekday. Right now, we just got started on 1 Timothy, and we'll work our way through this book.